right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are back here for another weather video. Let's go ahead and jump into it here as we take a look at your radar picture. And as you can see, there's not much going on here. We had obviously a rough night of weather last night, especially up in the northeastern, north central portions of South Dakota into North Dakota. There was a lot of bad weather last night, unfortunately, and there were some tornado warnings and those kinds of things. But today we are not looking at that. We are looking at a much calmer day. Now there is still possibilities of thunderstorm activity, but it is nowhere near what we had yesterday. Today has been a much calmer day. However, we still have had some rain showers around. Earlier today there was one severe thunderstorm warning down near the Mitchell area. There was a band of rain, thunderstorms that moved east towards the Sioux Falls area, and as they got to Sioux Falls, they died out. However, Sioux Falls did get some rain. Also, last night, obviously, Sioux Falls had the thunderstorms move through overnight. We have one spot on the radar picture right now near Kimball. That is one cell that we'll watch, but not really seeing much there. Let's take a look at the... Let me overlay this real quick. This is your severe weather outlook for today. Now, again, we'll keep an eye on it, but not really looking very severe there. I'll get to the other outlooks here more detailed in just a moment. I did want to take a look at your temperature map here. I wanted to show what's going on here. It is very pleasant out there. It is very nice outside. Hopefully everybody is getting out and enjoying this. It is beautiful weather out there. 77 in Sioux Falls right now, 81 in Brookings, 81 in Mitchell. We got upper 70s to low 80s throughout our much of our region here. 82 in Sioux City into Minnesota. 81 in the cities in St. Cloud. 81 in Marshall. 75 in Rochester. And then down into Iowa. 81 in Des Moines. 79 in Mason City, 82 in Creston, and 82 in Ottawa, and then into Nebraska, 86 in Omaha, 79 in North Platte, 81 in Grand Island, and Valentine. A little bit warmer out west, I will say. 90 degrees in Rapid, 90 in Pierre, 90 in Buffalo, 88 in Mulbridge. So a little bit warmer out west. We're starting to see that warmer weather will start to make its way farther to the east into our area. So we have some things to talk about. We're going to go over your severe weather risks and model runs and more. But first, let's hear now a brief word from our sponsors at CE Construction.
From roofing to siding, CE Construction is setting the standard across North and South Dakota. Our expert team delivers quality, durability, and trust on every project. CE Construction, Dakotans helping Dakotans with their roofing and siding needs. Call or visit us online.
Okay, so as we take a look at your severe weather outlook for today, again, the marginal risk in green, as you can see here, for central and southern South Dakota. Most of South Dakota, with the exception of the northeast part of the state, is in this risk. Now, again, Rapid City, Pierre, Sioux Falls. However, this is a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, so we are not super concerned about it. Very low risk of severe weather today, which is good. We don't need any more severe weather. But it is there. The risk is, again, low, very low, but it is still there, so it's something we'll keep an eye on for you. Northern and northeastern portions of Nebraska, and then most of Iowa, except for northeastern part of Iowa, and then far southwestern Minnesota. So that is your risk today against Sioux Falls. We'll keep an eye on it. Thunderstorms expected, possible. Later today, very slight chance. There's a 20% chance for this. But we'll keep an eye on it. Again, the threats today, if any storms fire up, would be that 1-inch hail, quarter-sized hail, and 60-mile-per-hour winds. But as we shift to tomorrow, Sioux Falls is still going to be in that marginal risk there in green, level 1 out of 5, as well as northern Nebraska and south central South Dakota, and then into Minnesota and Iowa. However, we have more of a higher risk of severe weather, that area in yellow for northern South Dakota, to include Watertown, Aberdeen, Mulbridge. That is your slight risk, and that is an area we are going to be watching very closely tomorrow. There also is an enhanced risk of severe weather, level 3 out of 5 here up in North Dakota, Bismarck, Fargo areas. So we'll keep an eye on that for you as always. Now, tornado risk tomorrow, they've introduced a 5% tornado risk up in North Dakota. They've also added a 2% tornado risk for north central and northeastern portions of the state to include Sisseton, Aberdeen, and Mulbridge. So, got any folks up in that area? If you live in that area, make sure you are being weather aware tomorrow in these areas especially. Now, the hail risk is going to be mainly in North Dakota. But again, the Mulbridge, Aberdeen area, that's going to be the area we're going to be watching very closely tomorrow. And if we need to go live, we will. And there's your wind risk as well. So some we'll keep a very close eye on. Now, taking a look at this is a hatched zone is what we like to show. This is from the Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma. They make these risks. Mulbridge area, north central South Dakota into North Dakota. There is a hatched zone risk for hail. So basically what this means is this is your highest risk zone for large hail probabilities in that area. And then for your day, this is also the wind zone. This is a hatched risk for wind, strong damaging winds. And again, Mulbridge, Hosmer, South Dakota areas there, north central South Dakota into North Dakota. So that's an area we are going to be watching very closely tomorrow. And again, we'll go live if needed. Now, this is a different risk. This is for Friday. So this is, taking a look here, we have our slight risk there in yellow, level 2 out of 5 there for eastern South Dakota, northeast Nebraska, far northwestern Iowa, and then western Minnesota. That is your slight risk there. Sioux Falls included, Aberdeen, Huron, Brookings. And then if you look closely, there is a enhanced risk there in orange, level 3 out of 5 for far northeastern South Dakota, which includes Sisseton there into western Minnesota, eastern North Dakota. Fargo, Grand Forks is really under the gun there for that. And then here's your probability outlook here. 30% there in that red up there, far northeastern South Dakota. Up near Fargo, Grand Forks, Sioux Falls is in the 15% there in yellow. So Friday is going to be an interesting weather day. We are going to be very much weather aware. You guys also need to be weather aware on Friday for the possibility of more severe weather. It looks like Friday is going to be more of a higher risk. Tomorrow as well, but mainly Friday looks to be the worst of the days. After that, we're not seeing anything. There's no risks after that, so maybe things hopefully will calm down after Friday. But we got to get through these next few days of severe weather chances. Again, not really seeing much today, but again, tomorrow and Friday really picking back up, especially Friday looks to be the most active severe weather day. So let's jump to the models now. So as we start with our short-term model here and run this out, HRRR is not really showing much. It does show some activity out in western South Dakota this evening, possibly out near the Faith area, but not really seeing much there. So hopefully that actually happens, because in that case it would be a more quiet evening. So I honestly think based on what we're seeing in the models and everything, it does look like, we have that marginal risk of severe weather for today, but it really looks like, doesn't look like anything's going to happen the rest of the day. So that's good news. And, we'll see what happens. Again, as always, we'll keep you guys updated, but it does look like the rest of the day today is going to be calm, not seeing anything. And then for tomorrow, the low pressure system kicks in, as you can see there in western South Dakota. It does look like tomorrow is going to be mainly a North Dakota event. However, some of this severe weather could leak again into South Dakota. So it's something we'll keep a close eye on. But according to this, the short-term model, the HRRR, we usually, one of the models that we like to use, showing all of the activity in North Dakota into northwestern Minnesota. And then, overnight, not really seeing much there. So this could be a situation tomorrow where we could be too capped in the atmosphere to get storms in South Dakota. But we'll keep an eye on it, as always. Now, let me look at another model run here for you. So this is a little bit different. This is called the RRFS model, another short-term model we like to use here. And so this actually shows thunderstorm activity out west, out towards Rapid City, Black Hills region. And then thunderstorms popping up this evening across central South Dakota. So this model run suggests otherwise, that we could see a few some thunderstorm activity in central South Dakota, also in western South Dakota. If this scenario plays out, we're looking at that 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind threat there, that marginal risk. And then overnight, things will fade out, and then, there could be actually, according to this model run, northwest Iowa could be a spot to watch tomorrow morning for thunderstorm activity. And then that will move southeast, and then again tomorrow, that low pressure comes in. This again showing very similar. Looks like not much is going to be happening on the South Dakota side, according to this model as well. So we got two short-term models, both showing the same thing. Severe thunderstorm activity in North Dakota. I'm not really seeing anything in South Dakota. And so that will, I will say maybe towards Friday morning there could be some activity in western Minnesota, far northeastern South Dakota. But other than that, we're not seeing anything there. Now let's look at the European model, and then we'll hop off here. I do want to show you guys the European model, usually a pretty good model. European model shows activity tomorrow. As you can see there, north-central portions of South Dakota, as you can see there. That would, if this plays out, we're looking at severe weather in north-central South Dakota. There you go. And then northeastern portions of, this would be a huge derecho line if this plays out like that. And then Thursday night fades away. And then by Friday, there's your next system right there, eastern South Dakota. So that could be, supercells, a cluster of severe weather with all modes of severe weather on the table on Friday. So that is what we're looking at there. And then after that, again, Saturday, we're not seeing anything. Things will finally clear out. Now I will mention Saturday night into Sunday morning, we could see some thunderstorms in Iowa and Nebraska, but South Dakota side staying dry. And then on Sunday, maybe some more activity there in southern Iowa, but that is about it there. So we'll see what happens next week. There's some hints here that Monday we could see some more thunderstorms in the area, but that's a ways out. But not seeing a whole lot really after Friday. So again, we kind of just got to get through the rest of today, tomorrow, and Friday. That is your risks for severe weather. So that is going to do it for today's video. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. Be sure to give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe if you liked it, and be sure to follow us on all of our socials. Facebook is a great one, X as well, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. For more content, we'll be back for another video. So that is going to do it for today. Hope you all stay weather aware and have a great night.